morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. Question: how long is it going to take you, roughly, to accomplish what you really want to do? Like, everybody kind of has one main thing that they want to do. We have a lot of things that we want to do, but there's usually like one main one, maybe one or two main ones. Like, what's the main thing that you want to do? And more important than that, how long do you have in you before you just say forget about it? Or is it a thing that's just not negotiable? Is it something that you just have to always do or be striving toward because you can't do anything else? See, that's the way I operate. See, there's not much else that I want to do. I kind of know what I want to do, and I know where I'm going. I know how to get there. The process of getting there, though, is just tedious because it takes a minute to get everything to be the way you want it to be. And only you know how you want it to be, you know. Like I said, I think a couple posts ago, you know, most of us are really critical of ourselves. We're very critical of ourselves. More critical than the next person is. You know, we take a lot of heat from people who are critical of us, but a good chunk of us are really more critical on ourselves than the next person. And because of that, you want things to be, you know, as perfect as you can get them to be. You know what I mean? You want them to be like really perfect. Like me, when I write or when I'm designing something, I try to get it to be as perfect as I can get it. And sometimes that delays the process, but the way I feel about it is the way I've always felt about it. When it's your time, and that's it. So take your time and do what it is that you have to do what you feel is necessary. And when it's time for it to be ready, then it'll be ready according to how you want it to be, according to your standard. So how long do you have in you to really keep going for this thing that you really want? Is there a stopping point? Is there a point where you just can't do it anymore? Is there a point of no return? Is there anything that you can do to speed up the process? Is there anything that's going to prohibit you from doing this? Is there anything that continues to distract you from your focus from doing that? Like, all these questions I have, and I also ask them of myself. I ask them of myself all the time because the things that I'm going for me, I'm only speaking for me, there's no end for it. There's absolutely no end. I don't see an end in sight. I mean, like I said, there's a point where some people might keep going and keep trying, and after they try so many times, they'll stop. For me, there is no point. There is no stopping point. This is all or nothing. And for me, nothing is not really an option. And when it comes to your dreams and your goals or whatever projects you're working on, that has to be your mindset. It has to be either all or nothing, but that nothing part has to not be an option. It has to be non-negotiable. It's this. And this is the only thing that's going to happen. This is the only way. There is no other way. There is no try again later. There is no try something else. This and only this. And for me, it's only this. Been doing this for well over 5 years. So this is a thing, and it'll continue to be my thing, probably until I hit the ground, or, you know, under the ground. As far as everything else that I want to do, I'll get there in my own time, pacing myself, just as I have thus far, with things that I have coming out and things that have been out already. Everything's about timing. You got to trust the timing. You got to trust the process. More important than that, you got to trust yourself. You know, if you don't trust yourself, nobody's going to put that kind of trust in you. You have to have an unwavering amount of faith and trust in yourself that everything that you think and everything that you believe and everything that you dream, everything that you have in your head can happen for you. And it can. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. Everything that you want can happen. Take your time. Doesn't matter how much time. If it's for you, it's for you. The question you got to ask yourself is there a point in which you can stop? Is there a stopping point? Is there so many tries after you've done that, then you have to stop? Or, you know, what's your fail safe? Or is there one? Does it exist for you? For me, it doesn't exist. There's this. There's this and there is nothing else. I don't want to do anything else. I have no desire to do anything else than stuff that's in my head. At some point, it's going to happen because I'm going to make it happen. It's just about how I get there. Now, I've always been a person that may not have gotten some of the things that I have attained quicker than some people have, and that's fine. Maybe it was just their time. The timing in which I got there is a little bit different. Maybe I had to learn a lesson or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 before I got there. Maybe I had to fail a couple times before I got there. Maybe my time had to wait for this time in order for someone else's time to be over, in order for me to be embraced. You just really don't know, but you have to trust the timing. Timing is important. And if you're not conscious or aware that everything happens in its due time, then you're always going to be rushing things. And when you rush creativity, that's never good. Take your time. Do what you feel must be done. Do what you feel is needed. And don't stop until you get there. Period. That's all you have to do. And during this time, where there's not a lot going on, businesses are shut down, and not a lot of people are allowed in certain places, this is the time to plan, to strategize, and to execute. This is the time. So if you're not doing one of those 3 things right now, then you need to go back to the drawing board and get it together, because this is the time. Because when everything is all healed in the land and everything is back up and running the way it should be, or at a different state how it should be now, you're going to need to be in the game. And the only way to be in the game is by putting your best foot forward and stepping out there, no matter how many times it takes for you to finally get there. Keep going until you get there. For me, there is no stopping point. But ask yourself, is there a stopping point for me? Will I stop after so many tries? Will I stop if not a lot of people like my stuff? Will I stop if I run out of money? Ask yourself, is there a stopping point? Because if there is, then maybe that's not for you. Maybe you don't want it bad enough. Or maybe it's just not your time. Be conscious and aware of all of these things, because all of these things play a factor into how it is awarded to you. Success is not monetary. It's not fame and fortune. Success is measured only by yourself. Did you do this? Did you accomplish this? And if that's yes, you're a success. Don't have a stopping point. Keep going until you get there. That's all that matters. That's all that will ever matter. So keep going. And take your time. And when it is your time, it shall be done. And as we all know, it will be done unto you as you believe. So don't stop believing. And be dope. It's Motivation Monday.